It's hacking time. That's right. We are going to hack up this box from Cocoa Daisy and turn it into a storage binder. So I have done this with pocket size, and I think my next step is to do it with the weeks size, which is what I have all of my little wins and glimmers in. And so, yeah, I think that's what I would like to do. So let's, I think I will just do a voiceover for the rest of this, because it's easier, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're going to break down this box. And so to do that, we need to pull these little tabbies out of their little homes. I don't think I need to be very precious with this because I'm not using any of these bits. But I don't really want to like destroy the box in the process. So, okay, there we go. So now that you have the box dismantled, we are going to start just chopping what we don't need. Now we have the base of our binder. What we want to do now is actually measure to see what size we want. And for me, I am measuring for the weeks size. This is my current setup with June. This is last week, so I got to fill in yesterday. I'll do a flip through at the end of the month. And if you are interested in more flip throughs of my week setup, I have quite a few. I have a whole playlist, Little Wins and Glimmers playlist, on my channel. Okay, so we need this to be, I like to have my binder slightly longer than the actual insert. So, and the reason I'm pulling away from the hinge is because I don't want to measure from inside the hinge. I want to measure from the sort of where the hinge hits the cover, if that makes sense. So that seems about right. To be clear, this is not an exact science, and I do a lot of eyeballing. And as I'm looking at this right now, I can tell that it's going to not be perfectly straight. It's fine. It will still stand up on a shelf just fine. You'll never know. And now we cut. Cut. Oh, this pen. Do you see what this pen is doing to me? Rude and hurtful. Gross. Curse the blue pen. Golly, that's so annoying. Anyway, it's fine. Again, not a science to this. You're just cutting. It helps to have some heavy duty scissors. These are like kitchen scissors that are more heavy duty than like craft scissors. Inserts will fit in here. Oh, man, that's great. So now I just need to make my holes for and string the inserts. So next thing we need are, we need elastic to string the inserts, and I'm going to use this elastic because it'll be easier to string. And then you also need something to poke holes with so that you can get through the insert. Now, normally I have like a bookbinding tool that I use, but I don't have it here at my home. And so what are we going to use instead? Well, I'm going to start with I'll start poking with this little guy, and then I can use my tweezers to do the rest. So let's do one hole here. I'm still new to this process, and so looking back, some things I would maybe do my next time around is have more room above and below the insert, because I ran into the issue of the holes are like not as secure as they would have been if there was more room above and below where the insert would rest. Also, use what you have. And here I have literally a tweezer, and that's what I have to punch these holes. I did ironically find later my like bookbinding hole puncher set thing. That's a lot more handy to have, but this works too. It just takes a little longer and is a little more annoying. But it works, and then it'll be time to string. Wow, my brain was not braining on that. Okay, I'm gonna leave a link to a stringing video because the way I did this was truly insane. But basically, I started at the back and I skipped one up top, did not skip on the bottom, and then I skipped one on the bottom. I don't know, I don't even know if I could recreate it. I will leave a link for a stringing video because I think the way I did it was just bonkers. Okay, anyway, it's strung. And so now you have a cover. And I'll show you what it looks like with a insert inside it. Boop, boop. There it is. Now, I don't like the fact that the back cover is floppy. It's like less of a hinge than the front, although actually the front is also weird. But this is a very easy fix. You just punch a hole in the back of your cover, like so. And with your extra string, which I had extra elastic, you can make a elastic band to go around your cover. That seems like that will work. And so make a little loop, tie it off. And then because there's not like a great hinge for it, I would say I just tape it in place once I have it. Let's see, let's make sure it is big enough. Yep, okay. So with power of tape, I'm going to then feed this end through. That should work. Come on, little guy. This must be torture to watch. Okay, so fed through, and then you can keep it in place with a little bit of tape. And then also, if you decide to decorate your cover, as I did in a previous video, you can put something on the back and it'll be even more secure. But as it is, it will work. Yay! So there you have it. A super easy, even though I made it probably 10 times more complicated than it needed to be, cover for your traveler's notebooks. Should I decorate this cover? Do it now? Well, what I am gonna do is cut this a little bit less. right? Just leave it, just leave it. Okay, anyway, there it is, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.